You have direct or indirect light as your human design digestion type. Well, you're at the right place, because in this video, we're going to go deep into what that means for you and how you can utilize it in order to thrive off body and mind. Hi, my name is Leandra. I'm a human design specialist. I give professional readings. I have courses. I work in the holistic health space. And if you want to work with me or find out more about myself, then you can do so in the link below. And if you have not done so yet, you can calculate your chart with my app Halo that I'm also linking down below, and it's free and you can see what kind of digestion type you are. And if it says direct or indirect light, then you're at the right place, because this video is for you. So we have 6 different digestion types in human design, which is all about how we take in food or how we take in information. And you're the last one on the staircase, on the ladder. So there is appetite, there is taste, there's thirst, there's touch, there is sound, and then there's light. Which means, evolutionary speaking, you're on the most progressed level, let's say, without looking at it from a hierarchical ladder, but you're about light or not light, so UV light, as the name already sounds. So we have these 2 different sides of the spectrum of light, which is direct and indirect. If you have direct light, it is all about having UV light in order to digest your food better. So you are a daytime person, meaning waking up with the sun and ideally going to bed when the sun is setting. And meanwhile, eating only at the daytime, only in the light hours. You also want to prefer eating in the sunlight, meaning eating on your balcony, eating on your terrace, going out on a picnic, having the light come to you as you're taking in food, as you're taking in information. So that means that maybe in summertime you eat much more, as you have much more time to eat, and in the winter time you want to eat less, or you probably will automatically eat less and maybe also sleep more. So ideally you can structure your day around the hours of light that you have, because you are really bound to the daylight. In terms of what you eat, it is less important than on the environmental setting, which is the daytime for you. And your body is very forgiving in terms of what you eat. Obviously, I'm not saying just shuffle in all the junk food now in your body, but your body will be very forgiving in terms of what you put in your body. Ideally, you obviously eat clean, right? Like, as it counts for every human. So looking that you get enough UV light, also maybe in the winter time, having maybe an UV light that helps you get through your day, because you might suffer if there's no light at all. And if it gets really dark, like here in Berlin where I am, it gets so dark. So for people who have in direct light, it might be very challenging if you live more on the northern or very southern hemisphere. And you might be a person who also goes really well with sun and goes really well and likes to be out in the sun. Your skin really wants to suck in the sun. Your brain is active as well. That means that you will like to eat very structured or eat several times throughout the day, because your brain needs a regular food intake. Meaning, having fasting, for example, is not very recommended for your type, because your type needs regular energy and regular food intake. There is something called transference, which means that you might resonate with another theme, which is actually hot thirst. That means that you have a theme about drinking. You might either not drink enough, or you might think you need a lot of hot, warm foods and you need a lot of hot liquid. So there's a correlation to that, and you might have a theme there. However, when you are slipping into that theme, it shows you might be a little bit off path and you might be a little bit off alignment. And it's about coming back to yourself in order to focusing on eating in the daylight instead of drinking lots of hot water or eating very hot and spicy foods, or maybe a lot of Asian dishes where there's a lot going on in terms of stimuli. So that is not your theme. So coming back to your environment, eating at the daytime. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have indirect light, which means, as the name already sounds, you are a night person. You want to eat when the sun ideally has already set, or very early morning when the sun is not up yet. So allowing yourself to be a night owl, a nighttime person, and utilizing the night hours in order to get your things done. Maybe let your creative juices be flowing or working or living most of the nighttime. And it's funny, when I was in Australia in my first Airbnb, the girl I stayed with, she was such a night owl and she would not eat all day. She would wake up at maybe 1 o'clock or something, very opposite to what Australians are actually like. They love to get up super early. And then she would not eat all day until maybe 7 o'clock or something, when the sun would slowly start to go down. And I already thought she must be indirect light, and we calculated her chart, and of course she had indirect light. Her body already knew that it was correct for her to be longer awake, eat in the evening hours. And I have a few more friends who are like that, and it all resonates very deeply with them. So if you're indirect light, don't let society tell you you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't eat too late, because that's often what we hear, right? Like, you should not eat after the sun goes down, or you shouldn't be a night owl, that's unhealthy. For you, this is healthy and this is correct, and probably you already know that this is correct for you, and allowing yourself to actually go after that. So your brain is also passive, which means ideally you take in food or also information in a very intuitive way, in a very soft way. So not having huge portions, snacking a little bit more throughout the night in your case, or having very intuitive trusting your intuition when it's right to eat for you. And the good news is you can literally eat everything. Your body is very forgiving about what you eat. It is more about the setting, or of course in your case the timing in which you eat. So in the winter time, when the days are shorter and the nights are longer, you probably tend to eat more, and vice versa. In the summertime, you tend to eat less probably, which is absolutely correct for you. Your skin might also be very sensitive to sunlight, so you want to take care that you use sunscreen, sun protection. Maybe don't expose yourself too much in the direct light, because that can actually harm and hinder your digestion or your brain function in general. And as I said before, it's also about how to take in information. So you want to learn or study maybe throughout the night, or you want to read or do all your activities or work at night, because that is your time. Anyways, that's it for now. If you want to find out more about all the other digestion types, which is very interesting in understanding all the people around you, check out the videos that I've already recorded about that on my channel, and ask me anything else if you want to know anything. I'm always happy to hear from you. And with that being said, I'm sending you so much love, and bye. See you next time.